Vehicles. One of the biggest things in the last 2 years that we've wanted in Red Dead Online. There are many vehicles already in this game that you could use when you're roaming around in free roam, but wouldn't it be great to actually have your own vehicles that you could spawn out of, let's say, the stables or some other spot? In this video, we're gonna go over my 6 favorite vehicles to mess around with in Red Dead Online. Rockstar, take my money! Howdy Cowpoke, Austin BMX here. Thanks for checking out today's video. Today we're gonna be going over my 6 favorite vehicles to mess around with in Red Dead Online. If you guys want to like this video, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for more Red Dead Online content, including tips and tricks, news updates, gameplay, just good old-fashioned fun. We also stream right here on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So yeah, there are many vehicles in Red Dead Online that you can mess around with. Unfortunately, you can't just spawn them. You actually have to you have to borrow them from the NPCs. Once you borrow them from the NPCs, you can run away from the cops and you can pretty much use that vehicle all you want inside of that session of free roam. Now, all the vehicles we're going to be talking about in this video are usable in Red Dead Online. They spawn all the time. There shouldn't be any reason why Rockstar wouldn't add that kind of information to the game where we could actually spawn it on our own, just like we can our bounty wagon or our hunting wagon. All the mechanics are already in the game for these to be able to spawn and be able to purchase them. Our first one we want to talk about is the buggy, the 2-seater buggy found in Saint Denis. Yes, you can find this thing in Saint Denis. That's where I usually find it quite a lot, cruising around the city, taking people from place to place. It's a 1-horse buggy that has 2 seats. So yeah, it only can hold one other person, but this sucker is really fast. It's fast and nimble. You can fly around the map all over the place, go into cinematic mode if you want to, and travel from town to town and just have the time of your life. It has a roof and even lights to use when it's nighttime. I mean, you could drive this thing around all at night, and it's got freaking lantern headlights. It's crazy. You can also use all of your guns and your item wheel while you're inside this wagon. This wagon is a lot of fun to cruise around with. I think we're gonna have a buggy race pretty soon as well. It's really quick and fun. Definitely go check it out. Find it in Saint Denis. Our second wagon we're gonna be talking about today, I call it the People Mover. It's an open covered wagon that has bench seats in the back. We usually find it around Annesburg area, you know, up where they gotta haul around a lot of workers. This thing has 2 large horses and it can carry up to 10 people. That's right, more than a full posse. So get your friends together, man. You can have 2 drivers up front, 6 people in the back on the bench seats, 3 on either side, and then 2 people can actually hang off the side next to the drivers. So those 2 people can actually be not even in your posse as long as they hit square on PlayStation to get on that thing and it'd be good to go. The driver has access to all their items, including your rifle. All other passengers, though, only have access to 1 handgun, including the 6 people sitting in the back on the benches. Unfortunately, they cannot even access their item wheel. That's a little bit disheartening with this wagon, but I mean, if it got loaded into the game where we could buy it, maybe they'd fix that. This wagon is kind of slow, though, but it is a lot of fun to just cruise around with everybody and just go after a bounty and come cruising in all together with guns blazing. Our third and final wagon for this video is a pretty nice one. I call it the carriage. It's pretty great. We also find this one around Saint Denis as well. You can find this one roaming around a lot of places in Red Dead Online, but it's found quite a lot around Saint Denis. It is 2 pretty quick horses on it. It can also hold 10 people as well, just like the People Mover. So this one's pretty great for a posse. You can have 2 people up front. You can have 4 people inside the carriage, and then 4 people on the outside of the carriage. Now, of course, the driver has access to all of their items. The people inside the carriage only have access to 1 gun, but they do have access to their item wheel, so they can sit back there and get drunk or just fill up on big game meat. The people hanging out the side, of course, only have access to 1 gun, but cruising around, going crazy. This thing goes pretty dang fast. Not quite as nimble and quick as the buggy earlier, but it's a lot faster than the People Mover, and this thing can cruise around and haul everybody anywhere you want. I would have much rather spent my $100,000 on wagons like this and maybe some liveries to make it all cool and maybe some leopard print for the inside instead of outfits that I bought in roads. Moving on to our next three, we have the next biggest category of different variations in Red Dead Online, and that's boats. There are tons of boats in Red Dead Online, and yes, you can actually drive a lot of them. It's pretty awesome. First up, though, we have just the standard canoe. The canoe, you can find them around the 𝐸𝐸𝐻 River, around La Grasse area, if you want to have it inside the La Grasse area and go around for your moonshine shack and putt around there. Or you can find them out on the 𝐸𝐸𝐻𝐸 River and Flatiron Lake as well and take them all over the place. All the canoes are two-seater. You got a rower, a canoeer, a canoeee, yeah, and the guy behind you. They are quick and nimble. You can turn pretty quick and they go pretty fast. They do take stamina though, so make sure to watch out for that. As you're rowing, you're gonna run out of stamina, so make sure you're sucking down some cocaine gum. You do have access to all your items while on this boat though, so you can cruise up to a moonshine roadblock or even a poacher gang or even just a gang hideout on the side of the river and take them all out. Be careful though, this boat is very fragile and it sinks pretty dang easy. Moving on up, we got a little bigger boat. We got the rowboat. Yep, there's rowboats as well. The rowboats are found along the 𝐸𝐻𝐸 River and Flatiron Lake as well, all over the place. Rowboats are mainly usually four-seater. There are a couple that you can only sit a couple people in there, but you can find the one we have here, the four-seater. We found this one really close to Saint Denis. You can sit the driver, or I guess the rower again, right? Yeah, he's a rower. You can sit one guy in front and two guys in the back. You also can just stand in it as well and pile the rest of the posse in there if you need to. It does take stamina like the canoe, of course, because there's someone that's rowing it. It is a bit slower than the canoe, I feel. You also can access all of your items as well inside this boat and cruise around. So definitely check out the rowboat because it'd be pretty awesome if we could spawn this thing in any body of water that we're near. Then last up, we have my favorite boat in the game that's so fun to cruise around on drive, the steam-powered dinghy, the good old Annie Mae. This thing is awesome. It is found pretty much around the 𝐸𝐻𝐸 River, not too much south of like the, Shady Belle area, but more north around the docks of Saint Denis and north of that Van Horn area. It only has one seat though. That's the one drawback. Only the driver can actually sit down. And I'm going to call it a driver because he actually drives it. Only the driver could sit down, but everybody else could jump in and they can either kneel down or stand up and they stay inside the boat and drive all over the place. We were cruising around on the stream the other day, driving all over the place with a full posse in this boat. It is really quick and it's self-powered, so it doesn't take any of your stamina, so that's pretty awesome. Of course, all the boaters can access all their items, so you can just roll on in with your rifles loaded and shoot anything you want. We actually got a legendary 𝐸𝐸𝐻𝐸 from the boat the other day on stream. That was pretty fun. It is pretty durable as well. It could be banged up against rocks, so you can cruise all the way up to the 𝐸𝐸𝐻𝐸 River and make it all the way up to the falls if you want to, bang up against rocks and not worry about sinking. You can travel all over the place in this boat. It is pretty awesome. Rockstar, take my money, man. I am ready to buy this thing. As a little added bonus as well to end this video, I want to show off the 𝐸𝐸𝐻𝐸𝐸. This thing would be so awesome if we actually could purchase this thing. It'd be just like the yacht in GTA. I'd spend like 10 grand for this thing to be able to drive it around the 𝐸𝐻𝐸 River. It'd be pretty crazy. Have a whole bunch of parties inside this thing and just hang out, maybe even have some poker matches or some tournaments. It'd be great. So let me know down in the comments if you guys enjoy driving vehicles around Red Dead Online, if you don't even worry about it, if you never even knew you even could, or if you just wish that you could buy your own, because I sure do. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for more Red Dead Online content, including tips and tricks, news updates, gameplay, just good old-fashioned fun. Hope to see you on the prairie sometime, but until then, see you later.